Morning. Let me take you through another video on the career development or how you manage your career. Now, I know most of you will be in different professionals and different stages of career. Some may be in beginning of your career, some may be in mid of your career, some may be expecting to change or switch your career. So managing a career is very important. So there are different models you can use. So in managing career, but first thing is we need to understand why we need to manage a career. Now, for example, if I take my example, I started my career as a trainee in one of the multinationals in Sri Lanka. Then I joined, moving the ladder, and I became a manager, then senior manager, likewise. So when you move in your career, either you start as a trainee or you start as an executive, whatever the role you are starting, irrespective of that, you need to manage or you need to develop your career. It's like like you are managing your life, because otherwise what will happen if you don't manage your career, it will collapse. So there are different avenues why we need to manage your career. One thing is to motivate. Now, if you manage your career properly, you will see day by day you are moving up. Then your perks are getting up, you are recognized within the society. So you will be like an icon in the industry. So that will motivate you to do well in your career. So for that you need to manage your career. So career management is important to get yourself motivated, because you will be motivated. Now if you take the simple models like Maslow's hierarchy, initial stage you will, where you will be motivated, and when you move up in the this pyramid, the things which will motivate is different. Likewise in the career also, you will be motivated initially to uh, this because of the social recognition, the reputation you get, all this. But in order to get that motivation, you need to manage your career. So keep the motivation, you need to manage your career. Other one is career management is important for you to get good perks. Everybody works for company or organization, whatever thing is. One thing is for the reputation, that's of course, but the ultimate thing is what you get in your pocket, because that what wherever you work need to give sufficient amount of money which you can keep your life moving. So the money will be again entangled with your career. So if you manage your career properly, and if you move up in the career ladder, you will get good perks, good benefits. So you will have a good life. I don't say the money is everything, but you need money to have a good life. That is a truth, whether we like it or not. That is the truth. And the other thing is social expectations and social recognition. For that we need to have a good career, because people will recognize you based on few things. One thing is your out appearance, what sort of a vehicle you are driving, your what's the house you are living, what are the things you are dressing, those things. Second thing is your job or the social status. That's why if you will notice, sometimes when we see some people even compromising the some monetary benefits, some benefits, they are moving into bigger titles. The reason is, when you move in the social stratas, different levels, when you move up, your biggest uh, expectation was the society will expect some, society will measure somebody through their title. That's where even nowadays you will find a lot of people are very keen on getting either PhD or DBA into their name. That has resulted, you will see lot of institutes coming with different programs of these DBAs. Sometimes it is unimaginable how quickly they can offer a Doctor of Business Administration PhD, but that is the demand has created because people need now title. That is what is happening. So in order to get all these things, you need to have a career. Because career, you need, if you have a good career, you get good money, good perks out of it, then you can invest them into different areas, starting from developing your own skill and as well as to make your life better. Another thing is peer pressure, because career development is important, because you cannot wait in organization where your peers are moving up and you are join as executive and you retire as executive, then it will not work. So that is again motivation for you to have a good career management, have a good career. So these are the things pushing you to have a good career, to manage your career. The problem is most of us doesn't know how to manage our career. So I will just take you through a very simple steps how you can manage your career. First thing is, if you start it today, first thing is you need to assess. You need to understand where you are at your career. I think I have even initial stage I have told you need to understand where you are at your career. Are you a fresh joiner? Are you at the mid of your career, around 5 to 6 years? Or are you somebody who is in senior level, around 10 to 15 years minimum? So are you at a very senior level? You have to understand that first you have to do that assessment. The second thing is, under this assessment you need to do a skill assessment. Most of us getting wrong in our career management is, when we move with experience, we think we know everything. There is nothing for us to learn. That is not the reality. The world is changing at a rapid pace. The things you have learned yesterday will not relevant today. Now, for example, when I joined my career journey, good old days, those days, biggest thing is you need to have a degree. If you have something like CIM, CIMA, that's a big thing. But if you, from that time, which I am telling around 2009-11 time, for now, those are not the skill set which you are expecting. Because now, if you take 2 to 3 years back, things like Lean, Six Sigma, all these green, black and white belt, those were in the big fiery things in the industry. But if you go now in the online and even industry related sites, those are more or less like now become normal. Now the big thing is like artificial intelligence. Do you guys have a understanding how these things are working? Do you foresee what will happen? What is your level of qualification in this area? These are the big topics, hot topics coming on. So you need to analyze and see where you are in with these trends. Then you need to assess and see what will be the set of skills the industry will expect in next 5 to 10 years, and upskill yourself. There's a thing in the industry: learn, upskill, then unlearn, learn again and upskill. Because sometimes when you learn, it get outdated, then you have to unlearn it. Again you have to learn with new set of skill, and you have to upskill. So this is a cycle. So cycle doesn't have an end. It doesn't have an end because it's going in a cyclic. You have to always do the thing and repeat this thing again and again to stay ahead of the curve. So you have to do that assessment in terms of your skill sets, and also you need to do a assessment in your desired destiny. Now for example, if you are a senior manager of logistics, you want to be in another 5 years time, you need to be want to become a director supply chain and logistics. Then you need to understand, you need to assess what are the requirement or what are the basic skills which will need to do that job from current job description, as well as you have to predict for the next 5 years. Now for example, if you are a logistic person, when it comes to the next senior management levels in another 5 years, most of the decision you would be taking not on the basis of current scenarios. It will be you will find a totally different logistic scenario where everything is based on the technology, from warehousing, shipments, transport, everything will be technology. So you have to get the baseline or the basic profile of a director, supply chain director or logistic director, and you have to predict what will happen. You don't need to go by scratch. All these predictions are you can find in online. Then add those skills and create your destiny. Then you need to work into that destiny. Second thing is you have to research. When you do this assessment, simultaneously you have to do research. I think I have already touched on this. You need to research on yourself. What is internally I need to change? What is happening in externally? Current setup as well as 5 years above the line. You need to do the research. Otherwise, you will not get a good platform to build on. Then after you do all these things, you will get a comprehensive profile. In current profile, what are the things you need to improve, and what are the things you need to do in to get into your destiny in next 5 years. Now you need to make decisions and set your goals. You have to set short-term goals and as well as long-term goals. For 5 years, for the next year, what are things which I need to cover, what skill set I need to get, because if you can't be a AI expert by 1 year, it will take time, because you need to learn, then you have to practice, then you need to fill the gaps, then only you will become expert. So you need to make decisions now, create your goals, have your learning plan, have your skill plan, and you have to start ball turning. The next thing is, when you start turning the ball, you need to take actions. What are the actions you need to? While you are doing all these things, upgrading skills and all those things, now the biggest thing you have to do is you have to start building your brand. Now, because it's easy for you to build your brand, because you know where you are now, where you want to go now, and you know what are the skill set you need. So based on that, you need to start building your brand. What I be in 5 years? What sort of a brand? Now, for example, next 5 years you will find lot of supply chain directors. But how can I be differentiated among those supply chain director posts? So can I be somebody who is having a high exposure experience in new technology like artificial intelligence, robotic and automated automation things? Then I will be standing one step above them. That is how you brand. Another thing is you need to upgrade your communication tools. That's another action you have to take. Now, for example, you may be the best in the industry, but people need to know you are the best. How you do that? You have to communicate. You have to showcase your brand. For that, you need to upgrade your profile. If you are in LinkedIn, if you are not in LinkedIn, It's high time you come into that sort of a professional platform. You need to upgrade your profile, have a good picture of you, upgrade your profile. If you are not able to do that, try to use the help of somebody who's a professional to do it for you. Once you have that service for one time, then you will also understand what the things you need to tweak on. And then you have to update your resume. That is the other tool you will be communicating, because now, for example, LinkedIn profiles is with the recruiter will come into the your LinkedIn profile after going through your resume most of the time. So if your resume is a shit or it's a pile of garbage, then they will not bother of coming to your LinkedIn profile. They'll throw the resume and they just take you off from the selection process. So have your resume updated. For that also, now you have a lot of technology, AI based tools. There are a lot of resume writing tools, cover letter writing tools. Those you can use, because future is technology. If you want to manage your career, you have to make technology part and parcel of your career, and you have to do some evaluation of yourself also. While doing all those things, you have to do a self evaluation. When you have your plan set, have some self evaluation whether you are doing right. For that, one thing you can do is time to time you can put some your CVs or those things for selected job which is in line with your career. Then you will get interviews. You can go and face those interviews and see the response. If things are positive, then things are moving in the right direction. If the things are not positive, you go for interview, you even don't get a feedback. If you even call the person who was in the interview, they say, no Machan, you are having these sort of problems. Then you need to again come back to your blueprint, check where you are not performing, and you have to revert back urgently. So future career development, you're managing your career in the future is highly important, because technology is taking over us. When the technology is taking over us, we have to make sure we are step ahead of the technology, step ahead of the process. If not, we will get outdated. So it is essential you plan your career now. So I have told you the basic step. First do assessment, then try to do research, and then once you have that data set with you, start making decisions. Then take actions, build your brand, upgrade your communication tools. Then finally give it a try and see whether things are working for you, whether your plan is working for you, whether your plan is being accepted by the large audience. So again, I'm reiterating, if you have not started this, start this. I'm telling this with my experience, because I have made mistakes in my career. So I know now what I have made those mistakes, where I made those mistakes. That's where I want to share this knowledge with you. Don't stay comfortable with your career. Start to challenge, start to change, start to manage your career. Your career is your brand. If you don't manage your brand, it will die off. Then it's too late. Thank you very much. If you find this video insightful, give a like to this video, and we have a lot of videos in similar type of videos in our Career Club video channel, and as well as some insightful videos on the artificial intelligence as well. Thank you very much.